You just talked about people being prepared. I do know that
Yes.
your party has said times without number, even February 14, when the national government was accused of having had a hand in a postponement of the elections. The PDP said very categorically, if the elections had held on February 14, we will win these elections.
Sure.
You also seem to agree with that.
Definitely.
Even though
No. You see, it's not a question of winning election.
Yeah,
This is a question of whether or not we are ready to go to elections. INEC readiness. The PDP is always ready to go to elections. PDP is a big party, very organized party. The PDP has a great advantage in so many states of the federation. We're not worried about going to elections. At any time the election is ready, when INEC is ready for us, we're ready to go to elections.
Well, the instances you cited, I can cite many more instances where, some of, we don't know if it's changed at least by this week, because INEC was also still expecting some cards and some situations to have changed. But we still have some days till the end of, to March 22 cutoff date for the collection of PVCs.
About 5 days from today, I believe.
What do you still think about this issue? Because if you're saying, let us go with our TVC, and INEC is saying we believe that that is too retrogressive in the sense that it has the potential of, turning upside down the results of the elections. What would you rather have?
Okay, if by the 22nd we have 85% PVC collection.
That is 85% overall. In some states you will never get up to 85%.
I said overall. Averagely.
Where are we right now? Because in the overall, we are way above 70%. We're about 75%, if not higher, as it is overall across the nation. But when you want to cite figures, that is not the figure you cite. You cite the individual states. So I'm saying that in these individual states that you've cited, if we're nowhere even near 70%, will it be okay by you?
I don't think that's democratic. Therefore, we're not.
Even though we're overall above 75%, close to 80%, it still won't be okay.
Particularly when the figure has been shot up because people in the areas where there's insurgency, people have collected their PVCs at 85% rate. I think there's something fishy there.
The Commission also says that they're satisfied with the card reader test, which was conducted that weekend. What's your impression about that?
Well, again, it's a matter of fact. The reality is that the card readers have a lot of shortcomings, a lot of problems.
For instance?
Tell us about it.
Well, there are places where it's on record. They themselves publish the record that there are places where 45% of the effort was negative. They couldn't use the card readers. They think it's not working effectively. And it takes about 5 minutes to authenticate one single voter. If you calculate that, it's going to take, by the time you finish the exercise, you're going to be able to authenticate maybe about 500 maximum voters per polling booth.
The Commission says
again,
first
a lot of people will not be able to vote.
They said they first conducted simulation tests. They were satisfied with it. And then they've done this field test. They've identified some cases where they had challenges. In fact, in Ebonyi, where there was a peculiar one, they were scheduled for last weekend. And that has been, and they say, look, all this that we found out is negligible, but we're going to correct this and we are ready. Why don't you believe them?
I will not disbelieve. I am not as particular about the card readers as I am about collection of PVCs.
And don't they work together?
No.
You have to have your PVC before the card reader.
So it's the PVC that is of most concern to me. We'll work out whatever shortcomings happen on the day of election. But I'm telling you the problems I see with the card reader is that it's kind of slow. And a lot of people will be complaining that they didn't have time to vote on election day, because it takes 5 minutes to clear one person, and it's going to be.
That's not the average, is it? Because some other people, when we went to the field, I mean, some cases 10 seconds, in some cases 5 seconds.
Averagely 5 minutes. But let us say that the card readers are going to be worked out. No problem. Benefit of the doubt on that one. But we must have PVCs if we are to use PVCs to vote.
And someone has been asking a question here
Yes.
before. Maybe you should help us here. If you are advocating for the use of TVC, what would be your suggestion to make it a watertight process without anyone being rigged out on that if we're using the temporary voter card?
We used the TVC in 2011. There was not mass rigging. International observers gave us pass mark in that election. Everything has to do with the integrity of the INEC officials on the day of election. Whether it's PVC or TVC, it all depends on the integrity of the officials on election day.
And
Let's get that clear.
And that is one other reason Nigerians are asking, what is the percentage of party members in the country? Some say it's not up to 10–15% of the populace or voting populace. So why is it that that small amount of persons would want to tell the bulk amount of people the way to go? Because if through, I try to gauge comments from a lot of people. I'm on the field and as well as social media. You look at people, everyone who is not, especially who is not a politician, they want a process that is going to guarantee their vote. And they say they want the PVC.
That's fine. The more reason why we should have our PVCs. It's so simple. We all want free, fair election. Nobody wants an election where you don't know who voted, you don't know how many people voted for you. Nobody wants that. The most important thing for all of us, not all politicians are interested in rigging election, because there's no need for PDP to rig any election. We want to be sure that people exercise their right to vote. All we're saying is that whatever instrument we need, we should have it on election day. That's all.